the Master Bastard, as called himself. What was Goldust / Dustin Rhodes like to work with during your angle with him and Terry Runnels?
Dustin's, I can't speak highly enough about him. You know, I may disagree with his politics, but he's a machine in the industry. He's a beast. He's a good-hearted guy. He's passionate about the business. He's a good dude, man. I loved working Dustin. It was one of the highlights of my career was working with Dustin. It was so much fun. He's so fun to work in the ring. Him and I guess, we have our differences politically, but as far as working with Dustin, I could work with that guy till I'm 150 years old. He was awesome to work with. He was easy to work with, very, very professional, and just a lot of fun. Funny guy, super funny guy.
Just before I delve into that slightly more, was he doing the very brief born again Christian thing at the time when he?
Yeah,
man, what was that about?
Yeah. I guess he had, given up his ways of the past and decided that I was pushing the Val Venis character was pushing the envelope too far, and he was gonna come and save everybody. You know what I mean? And so he was Dustin Reynolds coming back, and I don't know how much he liked the character itself, but he played it to a T. Remember him walking through it during my matches? He'd be walking through the crowd with that sign. Oh, it was great. It was great. Yeah, he was a lot of fun to work with.
Do you know, because you mentioned with Dustin before, you said, he was just the easiest person to work with. More specifically, what makes somebody very, very easy and fun to wrestle?
When you're talking about mechanics in the ring, glass smooth. I mean, you kind of on the same page at all times. Everything just seems to fall in place. The moves look good. Everything's connecting. It's a solid match. But what really makes it fun is Dustin will go out there and make you laugh out there. And when you can see that he's just playing around, he's so confident in his abilities that he'll goof around out there. Like when we go to lock up, a couple of times I'd go to lock up with him, collar and elbow tie up. It's called a collar and elbow tie up for a reason. As I'm going for a collar and elbow tie up, this guy will take both of his hands and slap my sides, the sides of my waist while I'm going for it. Was the most ridiculous thing. And as soon as he'd smack my sides, I'd push him away and I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? And he'd be laughing over there. And I'd be like, oh my God. Because he would goof around like that, it just kind of made the match even more fun because the fans didn't really understand, what he was doing. They just thought it was part of the show, part of the match. You know what I mean? But he's out there joking around with me while we're trying to make this thing look like a fight. To the fans, it looks like a fight. You know what I mean? But to us, it was like, man, he's just messing with me again. He's just a lot of fun to work with.
I'm going to steal Blue Meanie's story. Hello, Blue Meanie, by the way.
Blue Meanie, what's up, brother?
Oh, he's such a nice dude, Blue Meanie. And he told me a story where, that thing in the corner where he sits you up and then he gives you the kick.
Oh, yeah. What was that called? The
Shattered Dreams.
Something.
Just that was it.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams. Dreams.
I mean, as you say, he's so smooth, but still, when you're prostrate or whatever word you want to use, as vulnerable as you can possibly be, there's got to be something going through your mind to say, please don't kick me in the balls, please don't kick me in the balls when you're taking it.
You just took the words right out of my own head. I'd be sitting there with my legs straddled on each robe, wide open, and what you just said is exactly what I'm thinking the whole time I see him running at me. Please let this be okay. Please let this be okay.
As I mentioned, Blue Meanie before, he did it once, and his balls fell out live on Raw.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yes. Was that ever a worry for you?
No, that was nowhere. I was pretty solidly stashed away in my trunks there. Yeah, for sure.
That's the spirit. And it's still on. It's still on the WWE network, but I can't remember what episode it is. But I don't know how many people are going to be rushing out there to see it for themselves. But I don't know. Who knows? There's going to be some people who want
the one with Blue Meanie, his balls coming out.
Yeah, it really does. It just you don't notice it, but it's going bloop, like that. Just a little bit of brain peeks out.
Really?
Yeah.
A little bit of brain. That's excellent.